very exciting session. Nobody called for a coffee break, so it just means that it was a very interesting session. I was a little bit afraid for this. So more seriously, if I keep some note during this morning session, I will begin that emission from the global food system is estimated to be between 20 to 35% or 47% of total anthropic greenhouse gas emissions, said Jean-François. So it's a major issue. But food is only part of our carbon footprint, even if it is sometimes very publicized by message and short message, as said by Frédéric. So our way of living should change. Diet is part of it, but it is only one part of it. Don't forget this. Livestock has a future, said Bas Eickhout. And to be clear, a word, Martin said at the beginning, we have two positions, but clearly a word without livestock is just a nonsense. It's a humanitarian nonsense, ecological nonsense, agronomical nonsense, and food nonsense. Livestock is part of the solution, but as said by Anna Laurent, we need a great ambition for the livestock sector in the future. Livestock system should change after several decades of growth with no or poor consideration about the quality of our climate, the quality of our ecosystem. So we need to take care of this. Livestock can contribute to a more efficient agriculture, providing ecosystem services, public goods. Its role, the basic role of livestock, is to recycle into the food chain non-edible biomass. And never forget that more than 80% of the biomass produced by agriculture is not edible directly for human and should be converted in food by livestock. We have seen this morning that progress are possible. We have example of the dairy sectors. In the previous meeting, we have the example of the beef sectors. So progress are possible. Progress are also possible for land management, and the Terra Prima told this morning show us. So climate target should be integrated into an holistic approach. It was a clear message this morning. We need to avoid trade-off with other major issues. We discussed a little bit about biodiversity, for example, but the trade-off is far beyond the livestock sector only. And Jean-François said, for example, we can have also some competition between grassland and crop for energy production. So how we can manage this kind of trade-off. Both are useful. We will do nothing without farmers, said Iris. I realized that a few days ago in Netherlands, you realized that farmers can go on strike. For us in France, it's an habitude, so it's not a problem. But no, more seriously, it's clearly a crucial issue. We can do nothing without farmers. Young farmers are open to transition, you said, and you accept to have a very lower number of pigs. Probably you have to take more care of this. So I think it's a very strong message. New farmers are not old ones, and they are open to innovation and open to new way of thinking. The consequence for us as researchers is we need to reinforce the co-innovation process, putting together in progress and research project researchers, farmers, and other stakeholders of the supply chain. Living Lab could be a good tool to do this. We discussed at my last point is about technical solution, and Bas Eickhout this morning said that technical solutions are not sufficient, and we need policy. For sure, we need policy. Everybody stressed that science is important. The question is, we need scientific evidence to take the right policy decision. So the question is, have we the good evidence, the right knowledge? Yes, for a certain part we have it. But the presentation of John this morning showed that knowledge might change. And so the vision of the future and the role of, in this case, it's the role of methane, can be slightly different than we expect in the past time. So it means that we need good feedback between research and policymaker in a continuous design. We need new policies. It is clear during the panel discussion. I should say also simplified policies to some extent, but they are required to support good practice, to support transition. Green Deal could be the tool after to be a black box, we will see. But I'm older than 35 years old, but I know that the cap is a tool, is a good tool, but it is also a heavy tool, a streamer, and it is with a long history, and it is difficult to manage this tool and to have a brutal change in 2 or 3 years. So it will take a long time. Thank you, everybody.